Sorry, doctor, I'll ask again. When it comes to appetite, eating sweet things increases appetite too, right? So there are so many other factors besides sleep
That's right.
apnea.
That's right. So eating refined carbs does increase your appetite. Remember, there are two things we talk about. We talk about hunger and we talk about satiety. And the reason that refined sugars are bad for both of them is number one, hunger. Because refined sugars, they give you a sugar spike and then your insulin levels go up and then your sugar comes crashing down because insulin is like that policeman whose job is to make sure that sugar levels don't stay up in your bloodstream for too long. You get a fall in your sugar within a few hours. So because that refined sugar did not contain any fiber, and perhaps you were not consuming it with protein or healthy fats or anything like that, it gives you a quick spike and a quick drop. And when you get that drop, you feel hungry again. So that's how it affects hunger. If you instead had a food which had more fiber, had a whole food matrix, so it wasn't broken down and refined, and perhaps mixed with protein and healthy fats, then you would have a sustained slow rise in sugar, which would keep you full for longer. While when you had that refined sugar, so let's say you had a croissant or cookie or bagel, that gives you a quick sugar spike, gives you a sugar crash, and you feel hungry within a few hours. So that's how it affects your hunger. The other thing it affects is satiety. Satiety is the feeling of fullness you get while you're eating. Trouble is, the foods which give you fullness are whole foods because they have volume, fiber containing foods because fiber fills up your stomach with food volume, healthy fat containing food because healthy fat has quite a high satiety level, and also protein that also has a high satiety level. So whole foods which contain fiber, protein and healthy fats give you satiety, which means you feel full while you're eating. The other thing is that you need to eat slow as well because there is a delay of about 15 minutes between your stomach being full and you getting signals in your brain that you're now full. If you eat really fast, you're gonna just end up overeating. The other thing is the consistency of that food. The refined sugars, often they're mixed with fats. For example, donuts and Timbits are a combination of refined sugars and saturated fats. Often they're glazed and they're deep fried. These foods are, number one, very high in calorie density, and number two, they're often very soft and they melt in your mouth. And because these are soft and they melt in your mouth, you can eat them very fast and you end up consuming a whole bunch of calories in no time. And that completely overwhelms your satiety system. You don't have time to feel full. You already eaten that 850 calorie cookie from Costco or that 2,500 or 2,000 protein from Costco before you even had time to feel full because there was no fiber, there was no whole food, there was hardly any protein and hardly any healthy fats. Mostly it was just refined sugars, unhealthy fats. These are all the ways in which refined sugars and also saturated fats, particularly when they're combined into these ultra-processed refined foods, overwhelm your satiety centers and they also cause very quick hunger afterwards. And that's how it leads to weight gain.